Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And today we're going to be talking all about DJT. In world politics, there's been a lot going on. Trump's tariffs have been officially put into place, 25% on Canada, 25% on Mexico, and 10% on China. This has not made Canada very happy, and Trudeau has came out and said that there's going to be a little bit of a retaliation. We also had some big news with DJT this last week, including some crypto banking news with Charles Schwab. So I want to talk about all these different events, everything that's going on. But before I do that, of course, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's hop into it. And so the first bit of news I want to talk about is what has a lot of people fearful over this weekend going into the stock market on Monday, and that is the Trump tariffs. So he put 25% tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and then also 10% on China. And this does not make Trudeau very happy, as he just came out recently in a press conference and he said that they are going to do some retaliatory tariffs against the U.S. in response to this, kind of starting a trade war between Canada and the U.S. And I know this has a lot of folks in feeling a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I've seen it all in the articles. Here's another article. It says, here's what will get more expensive from Trump's tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. And it talks about food, fuel and energy, cars and car parts, steel, beer and alcohol, home construction, and furniture. And for most individuals, most other YouTubers I'm seeing, just the general consensus with the population is that there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and people are thinking that this is basically going to crash the economy. I know this when I just go to YouTube and I type in stock market crash and look at all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt articles we have here. So Chinese AI startup DeepSeek hit by cyber crash, the incoming stock market crash, emergency, will Trump's tariffs crash the stock market? Urgent, Trump tariffs crash the stock market. So the overall consensus seems to be that these tariffs are bad for the economy and they're going to crash everything. But I encourage investors to remember that the U.S. is in a massive trade deficit. So this has been a problem that has been going on for a long time. Right now, the trade deficit sits at $78.2 billion. So every single year, the trade deficit So every single day, the trade deficit continues to grow. And I think the biggest thing that I caught in Trudeau's press conference recently was that they had signed a deal with the Biden administration. So during that time, they had signed a deal, with the trading between Canada and the U.S. And we know how crooked Joe Biden is. So these Trump tariffs come off to a lot, bringing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And many are listening to what Trudeau is saying, what he is saying from his side, how this is going to hurt the Canadian people. He doesn't want to pay more of that tax and everything like that. But let's just remember how awful Trudeau is, and that a lot of this media is just really pushing the narrative more towards the negative and more towards the bearish side. When we feel a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the markets, when there is an overall bearish sentiment, the bears tend to be louder than the bulls. And then when it's the flip way, when the markets are going up, the bulls tend to be louder than the bears. So we're just hearing a lot of bearish opinions in the news right now. But what I encourage investors to remember is that this is a long-term plan from Trump. He has talked about abolishing the federal income tax and bringing U.S. back to the richest period in history. And that richest period in history had a lot to do with Trump, what Trump always calls his favorite word, tariffs. So when the U.S. was collecting a lot of revenue from tariffs, this was very positive for the U.S. economy. We didn't need the federal income tax, but things have gotten so wonky and messed up over the years, and the U.S. is in such a bad trading deficit that has completely gone the other way. We have massive amounts of income tax. You seem to get taxed everywhere you go. So your income gets taxed, you get taxed on your property, you get taxed at the grocery store when you buy something, you get taxed to breathe, essentially, right? There's tax around every single single quarter. But I think this is very positive that Trump is doing this because he is trying to bring America back to a more stable position. Having such a massive trade deficit is very negative for the U.S. And remember, a lot of the United States power comes from the U.S. dollar and being the world reserve currency. And so if they were to lose this world reserve currency status, we could really see the U.S. economy collapse. So what I'm seeing from Trump, he's trying to prepare America for anything that can happen if any of the other world were to try to go off of the U.S. dollar. And it's not just his preparation in the sense of tariffs and fixing the U.S. economy in that way, but we also just did see recently that the patent that Trump was applying for many months ago, the Truth Fi, has finally went through. So Trump's media and technology group has launched Truth Fi, which is a financial platform offering investment products focused on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, ETFs, and managed accounts. He announced this on Wednesday, and Charles Schwab is going to be who is providing those financial services. So I've talked about this before, that Trump is the most pro-crypto president that we've ever had. He even has his own coin that we're going to talk about a little bit later in this video here. But he is the most pro-crypto president ever. He is looking to put Paul Atkins at the SEC chair soon, and he is very pro-crypto. The awful Gary Gensler has stepped down. So the mass adoption into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all those plays is really starting, and we see that Trump and Truth Fi are going to be a way for you to trade and exchange those cryptocurrencies, which now leads me into the stocks. So now that's all our fundamental analysis, all the news. Let's talk about the technicals. And so when we look at this chart here, just looking at the last week, we could see that we've been in a little bit of a dip. So the stock has been going down, but with the announcement on Wednesday from the Charles Schwab Truth Fi crypto exchange trading, all that, from that news, the stock did see quite a pump. So we did see it go basically straight up, and then we did see some retraction. But what I encourage investors to remember is that since the elections, we have been stuck in a sideways channel. So the stock has been moving between the support levels of around $26, $27 up to around the 40s. But we really haven't seen the stock be able to push from there. And I think that's a lot to do with HFT bots, high frequency trading bots, and Wall Street. They're personally not allowing this stock to run, but this is just a delayed reaction. So all these different events, all this different news, what we're seeing Truth Fi do, Trump Media and Technology Group do, are all positive signs. And just because we haven't seen the stock pump really hard since all that has happened, doesn't mean that it won't happen. You know, the markets are designed to make individuals lose their money, and also designed to shake out a lot of paper hands. So you could probably bet that a lot of investors have hopped out of DJT. First off, because with the inauguration, there wasn't the hype and momentum that they were hoping to see. And now with the fear from tariffs as well, like I say, just go on YouTube, type in stock market crash, and every single other financial advisor, it feels, is talking about the stock market crashing and be prepared for these tariffs and everything else that's going on. But what I want to encourage investors to remember is that with the stock market, historically, anytime there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, those paper hands end up regretting selling later on. So look at one of the historically worst times that we've had in most recent years. This was when Trump was president during his first term in 2020, and the market had a sell-off from the news that happened in March of 2020. But positively, the market recovered so quick. It was the great V, as they call it. And that happens every single time there's ever any market crash or any fear, uncertainty, and doubt into the markets. So if you're a long-term investor in the markets and you have a long-time horizon, little moments like this shouldn't affect your portfolio as much as someone who's buying, selling, and really watching every single move. Really, that's my best advice for any investors. Always have a long picture mentality, because the market will eventually recover, and it will recover strong. The markets were pumping in anticipation for Trump to get it back into office. And many have been saying that this is going to be the golden age of America. Trump is really trying to change up the economy with some bold moves. And like I say, the bears are having the louder opinion right now. But that makes me even more bullish on the markets because I know when others are fearful, that is the time to be greedy and add to your position. And so when we look at it here on Robinhood, we do see that it is down 60% right now. And what I will say about this Trump coin, very different from DJT. I do think DJT has a lot of intrinsic value, and I do think the stock is going to be moving a lot in the future with news, with politics, with everything that's happening. Truth Social is going to be a great place for people to come get some real news from Donald Trump. And then with the banking sector, especially banking with cryptocurrency, that changes so much. So I think there's a ton of intrinsic value in DJT. Now, with official Trump, he has said himself that this is more of a speculation play. Put your money into this. Maybe it could be fun. Maybe we will see something, but no peer investment advice. No one is saying that this is going to go to the moon or anything crazy like that. But again, with the same thought, historically, the best time to buy is on dips. And I'm sure there's a lot of investors that are looking at this play, seeing it down and won't touch it just because of those reasons. But to me, that's more reason to buy, because when optimism is low, when the pessimism is high, that's when I want to buy, because I know a lot of people are going to be wishing they may have bought this token at this price. Now, I will say when we look at the peer fundamentals of this, the peer technical and fundamentals, and we look at this as a Solana meme coin, because that's what it is, we do see that the market cap is extremely high. So this does have a $20 billion market cap. That is pretty significant, and we could see a lot of the top addresses here. A lot of these are other crypto exchange platforms. We have Binance, we have OKX, we have another Binance, we have Kraken down here, but we do have these top wallets, and these top wallets are holding significant amounts of money in here. So we have the token owner. I'm assuming that would be Trump there. He has $292 million in there. So I see that, but this could also be Trump here with the 80% ownership, because I did hear about his net worth increasing insane, and he had a massive jump when this token came out. So that as well. But that's more on the cryptocurrency side of things. And talking about cryptocurrency, I also want to talk, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't mention this, because if you've been a longtime watcher of the channel, we did talk about this, and that was that Trump was in talks to possibly buy the crypto exchange Bakkt. Well, I want everyone to know that now that DJT is partnering with Charles Schwab, any potential acquisition of Bakkt is off the table. So Bakkt itself has been going down from this. I still think Bakkt could be a good investment, as it is a crypto exchange platform, and I do see crypto gaining a lot of attention, volume, and just having a good couple years with Trump being in office. But the anticipation from Trump buying Bakkt, you could see that it is dropping now, and that is not going to happen now that he's working with Charles Schwab. So if you buying Bakkt was because of Trump, just know that that is no longer a factor. There are other fundamentals with Bakkt, like I say, crypto exchange, all that, but Trump will not be involved with Bakkt. But that is my wrap up today. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I am super bullish on Trump, and I think all it's going to take is one big piece of news or catalyst, and we're going to really see DJT pop to the moon. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the markets right now. Because of that, like I say, I am very bullish, even more bullish because of that, especially on DJT. And I actually think that it's a positive that the stock didn't see a lot of volume and it didn't see a huge jump before the inauguration or right after the inauguration, because I know a lot of us were anticipating that. But just like any great investment, a lot of the times people sell too early. And so I think it not pushing up at that time is very positive, because the more people that feel fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and the more people that sell out too early, I think that's when these HFT bots and Wall Street will let the stock finally run up. And again, any big world events that we see, DJT might see a lot of volume from that as well. So again, that is my video today on DJT. Super bullish. Not financial advice, but I recommend buying. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a comment in the section below. Please like and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and have a great day. Money talk.